let's skip the 15 minutes of YouTube BS that normally happens and get straight to the point. Is this the best skirt material? Yes and no. If you're doing like a daily like me, and you're not just doing it on a racetrack, probably, yeah, this stuff's awesome. It's flexible, it's strong, it's stiff, you can bend it kinda, and it's cheap, and it won't explode if you run over something like carbon fiber. But it does have its drawbacks. When it heats up, it expands a lot. Don't be like me and install it when it's cold, and then when you put your car in the sun, it expands and wiggles all over the place and looks terrible. No, do it on a hot day so everything's nice and expanded. Screw it all down, and then when it gets cold, it'll just tighten up. Way better. See those nice little weeble wobbles? Yeah, they drive me nuts. Let's get into it. This stuff. Backside, little weird. Front side, nice and glossy. Beautiful. Flexy, but also stiff. If you bend it for like some memory stuff, you can actually get it to do some things. See how it's got that little curve in it? Yeah. Nice. Could make it more aggressive if I wanted to, but I mean, come on, it's the back of a Prius, who cares? What else? Oh yeah, I have done horribly unspeakable things to this stuff. And the only place I had an issue, okay, this is just my bad bracket install thing, was right here. I bottomed out the car completely on a big dirt hill down in this muddy mess where I chop wood, split wood, whatever. And this is about an inch above the bottom of the car. So there was dirt clear up to here, and it folded this whole thing all the way out. And that happened. It's still hanging on. It's still tight. But it tried to rip through there. But it didn't. And in the front, these little things, the first time I drove it, I forgot these were on here. And I straight up parked on top of one of those little cement curb stop things, and these on both sides were folded completely under the car. When I backed off it, they sprung back into shape, and they are totally fine. This stuff's awesome. And it was like 50 bucks for 60 feet. I got 60 feet because I'm doing the outside, and then I'm doing a flat floor, and then I'm doing another layer on the inside. So it's gonna work so much better than just doing the outside. Yeah, you can get 40 feet for like 30 bucks, I don't know. Now, if you're doing an actual race car, and it's totally different. I would actually, instead of using carbon fiber, I would use Kevlar, because it's more abrasion resistant and it doesn't explode. I wasn't going to get into this, but we're here now and we might as well. Assuming your car is going that way, your tire is rotating this way, and as it's rotating forward, it's building up a high pressure area of air here, like when you're wading in water and you get that big old wake in front of you and that like low water area behind you. Same kind of thing happens in front of your tire, and that's bad when you're trying to have a low pressure area in here for downforce. And I don't know why speeding up the air underneath the car makes it low pressure instead of yeah, it doesn't make sense. Forcing more air under the car makes it have less pressure and more downforce. Doesn't make sense, but it works. Airplane wings work the opposite way. Okay, so check this out. I'm gonna blow underneath it, and it collapses. Yeah, I don't know why it works, but it does. It's a thing. That's what we're trying to do here. Then I should have parked in a different spot. This is the worst spot. So what I'm trying to do is block off as much air as possible from hitting the tire. You can see the Prius already does it a little bit with that thing. Probably make some weird vortices that do stuff and try to isolate the high pressure areas around the wheel well. The whole area around your wheel wells are super turbulent and just awful and bad. So I'm gonna mix some more of this stuff that goes from here, inside the car, around the wheel wells, back out and around the other wheel wells, and out to the little, we'll just call it a diffuser. It's probably not at all, but whatever, close enough. So the more air you can get underneath your car, at higher speed, the better low pressure area you can have under your car. And one of the things you can do to make that more better is get rid of all the areas like that where there's big old gaps and things and that exhaust tunnel in there. So I'm going to try to get some real thin sheet metal and just cover all of that. It'll give the air a nice smooth place to go, and then more things for that low pressure area to suck against, which is good. Oh jeez. In the Prius specifically, when I was watching the CFD on YouTube's, I'd steal it, but then I'd feel bad and put it in this video, but I won't. There's a weird thing that goes on right here, where some of the high pressure air from the outside over here goes underneath, and then after that happens, the low pressure air from underneath the car over here comes to the outside, and it makes this like gyrating tornado of turbulence like behind the rear wheel and behind the car. So I think this drives me crazy. Is totally going to help that, or at least mitigate it to some extent. We will see, maybe. Someday I would love to get a video driving in the rain when it's really wet and you can really see what's going on in the air, because the water's full of little... The air is full of little water particles that you can actually see, and see all the aerodynamic stuff that's going on around your car. Someday, maybe. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna have to guesstimate. I wish I had a wind tunnel anywhere nearby, or anybody had a wind tunnel nearby. That'd be dope. But yeah, this'll get covered, that'll get covered. Obviously, I gotta make a little hole for the exhaust and try not to make the exhaust tunnel make things overheat. But yeah, we'll try to smooth this up and get some more down. Phone keeps cutting me off. How rude. I guess I'm rambling. Try to get some more downforce and try to get some better MPGs.